Morning YouTubers! 25 days, 20 hours till Ironman. We are 3/4 of the way through my training program into the 20 days. I have just a few weeks till I fly out. Pretty stoked. It's a rest day, it's a Monday, and I'm on my way to the gym to do a 40-minute roller and deep tissue session, which I'm actually looking forward to because last night I slept on the floor, mostly because I couldn't get comfortable in bed. I was restless. I find that when my muscles are sore, when they're tense, when there's pressure in there, the hard surface actually allows me to relax so much more, and I feel so much more comfortable. So I'm a bit sleepy this morning because I didn't sleep as well, but I got some sleep. After the roller session, I'm going to have a 25-minute sauna, shower, then I am off to work. I've got a few bits to do today. Learning a couple of new programs, working on a new book, which is pretty cool. It's relevant to the psychology in endurance racing, in sport, in self. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. And then that's about it for today. You know, it's just another Monday, but with the twist that there's no physical activity. Really actually happy when I reflected back last night on the swim and the swim time. 3,800 meters is the longest and furthest I've ever swam. An hour and 10 minutes is the longest non-stop I've ever swam in my life, apart from, you know, being in the sea and surfing and playing and that kind of stuff. So, you know, where I spent hours in the sea but not completing or doing just one exercise. So swimming for an hour and 10 minutes for me is one major achievement. Two, it's given me a really good guideline of if that's my slowest pace and about 70-80%, yeah, let's say 70% of my best effort, and what would be 100% of best effort in the sea without having to do the ride and then the run. And I know I've got a couple of swims booked and lined up for sea swims while I'm over in Lanzarote. So I'm going to attempt to go and find and do the actual course. But it'd be nice to see comparatively how that sits with an hour and 10 minutes. Now on the day I'm not going to be going 100%. I'm not, it would be daft to put my body under that stress and that pressure when there's, you know, a whole lot more to be doing on the day. So that was good. It was a good gauge of really where I should be at, and I don't know how that compares to not only others but what other age groupers are going to be doing. not sure how that compares really. So if you're watching this in real time and you're one of those people that are doing 3,800 metres, are relatively new to the sport, that's the furthest they've swam. It'd be interesting to see what your times were, not as a, well, not for any other reason than to gauge really where I'm at in my training in comparison to others out there. I think it's good to compare and learn. I know a guy that's doing a lot of marathons at the moment. My time, my marathon time is, compared to him, there's a lot of improvement to make. Like a lot. I'm probably working at around about 65% of my best effort would be his. So I've got a lot of progression to go in my run in the next few weeks. The ride, I think I'm actually nearly there on the ride. The swim, I've still got quite a way to go on the swim. Still got to do swim with wetsuits, swim with in the sea. Need to get in that kind of concept. Overall, I feel all of the jigsaws are finally like in place. It's just a matter of just pushing them down. With everything else that's happening outside of my world at the moment, I feel happy, comfortable and confident that it's going to be a good day. I've started to follow a lot of people on my Instagram feed. Excuse me. Follow a lot of people on my Instagram feed about triathlon, Ironman specific people and coaches and that kind of thing. And it's incredibly interesting to see what people are doing on a daily basis. And I put out a bit of a comical video the other day. Scrolling through Instagram, there's people in some of the most beautiful settings, you know, in the Rockies, in the canyons, on beaches, diving in beautiful crystal clear sea, in Australia running through some, you know, stunning wilderness, people running through some Spanish mountains. We've got some people in Thailand running through some jungles. You get the idea. So you've got all of this, and then I'm sitting on my sofa having a cup of tea waiting for the rain to stop so I can go out for a run. And it's just, it is comical, the fact that the difference in environments and training and that knowledge, or that how those environmental factors can play such a difference. I'm sitting there having a cup of tea and it's raining outside and I'm wanting to get out, and then you've got some people that are running through the jungle smiling, happy, and it proves, it says a lot for me. I'm not saying you can't be happy running outside in the rain in this country. I think it comes down to the individual and how they are best suited and what environments they're best suited to. Again, another friend of mine the other day went swimming in a reservoir in Surrey. She invited me along, and my immediate answer was, "You must be mad. Is it heated?" Now I know reservoirs aren't heated, but you know, that was the first thing that came to mind. Like, are you crazy? It's going to be freezing, and I have no aspirations to go out and put my body in shock in that kind of environment, no matter how much I love something. I've been known in the past to go out and hunt, as you know from one of my previous videos, and I'm a great believer in, if you're going to consume meat, then you need to understand the whole process and be prepared to pull the trigger. It's one of my belief structures. It may not be necessarily true for everyone else. I understand that the world, not everybody can go out and live that paleo lifestyle of going and rearing their own meat or doing so. I understand that, but with that being said, I would have been a useless hunter, because if they actually relied on me going out and harvesting my own meat and it was raining outside, I'm not sure I would go out. I think I would wait for a nice warm sunny day. And I think I understand where this stems back from. This whole thought structure about, or belief structure and process within me about not wanting to go out in the rain, goes back to my military days, where I was laying in a muddy puddle on exercise once, looking out, and we were on a training exercise, and I was wet through. All my kit was wet, I was wet. It was the middle of winter, it was freezing cold, there was ice on the ground, and I stood there, and I was on sentry at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something ridiculous. It was freezing cold, laying in this wet muddy puddle, and I thought to myself, what on earth am I doing? What on earth am I doing? Now, I had a pretty fortunate upbringing. We had lots of beautiful holidays abroad, spent some time in some really stunning locations. So I fully appreciated some of the better things in life, like warm seas, sandy beaches. And when you put that, or use that as a comparison to then muddy, wet, dirty puddle, I think I had a lot of learnings then. I guess what I was doing is allowing myself to put into hierarchy what I wanted out of life, and one was not wet, muddy, dirty puddles. Works for some people. I just came to the realisation that it doesn't actually work for me. So yeah, so that's where we're at. Yeah, just thinking that's about it. That's probably it for today, to be honest. I'm all out, I'm tired, gonna have a sleep and really rest the body today, not do any kind of physical exercise, bar walking. If you're watching this in real time, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all of your feedback. I will get back to those of you that have messaged me via Google Plus. What is probably the most, or the quickest way to get hold of me is either through the comments below, which I check every time I upload a new video, or when I'm notified. But Facebook seems to be the best medium for me to reply to messages. If you've got any business inquiries, then you can send them either through to me. If you have any requests for any articles or anything, then it's best to send them through to my management. But for now, thanks for tuning in. Have a good Monday. Please remember to subscribe using the link below, and peace out.